So, is there any questions from anybody in the hallway or here?
Do you plan on dating guys older than 34? How did you learn that?
Any questions in the hallway from anyone other than her? Yes.
And she's our cherry on top today is what she is. Welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild.
And the Plowzone Gone Wild. And we welcome Miss Bobbie Brown. How are you? How are you doing?
I am no makeup, no, yeah, I'm imitating Corey Hart tonight, I guess. That's what my daughter said.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Really? You were sunglasses at night?
She is back there. So thank you for being on the Plowzone Gone Wild. And we are partnered with Spirituality Gone Wild. And we just welcome to the show and thank you. And we just have some questions for you. And we have a few of your videos. So we're gonna have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Oh, check this out. They're saying beautiful. I know, right, guys? Right? And look at Melissa. She says, brings me back to the good old days. Love me some Bobbie. Woo!
Awesome.
I am super grateful that you're here too. This is going to be a rocking good time. You know, one of the things we were talking about is your book, Cherry on Top, and I was listening to it. And I say, one of my sayings is, without your dark, you wouldn't know your spark. And my darling, you have had that shit and then some. And I'm digging the vulnerability and the real ism that just comes through. It's absolutely sweet. But oh wait, I think Scott Plowman might be back.
Is he coming back?
And he's coming back. Let's see if we can get him on.
There he is.
Scott,
Hi.
we had to start with that.
There I am.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hi.
Rewind.
Hey. Hey,
what's going on?
Go ahead, Scott.
So we on? We live? Hey, everybody, what's up? The Plowzone is here, man, from a location in Sacramento, California. And I got my co-host, Scott Reese. And there's Debbie G over there. Over there. And we got Bobbie Brown right here with us today. She's got great things going on, man. She's lived rock and roll history, man. She's been there, done that back in the 90s and 80s. And she's got a book out, and we're going to talk to her about that, man. So let's get started with this right here with Scott Reese.
Woo!
All right. So we have a few questions that we're going to ask you. We call it 10 questions.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I would say the first question we would ask is, what is the best advice that you have been given in your life?
That I've been given? The best advice? To not take my head off and put someone else's on.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Very cool.
All right.
She just said, don't be something you're not. Love you like you are, right?
Right.
True.
Yeah, you seem very real.
Question from Debbie G.
Huh?
All right. I'm going to take this question from Debbie G. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self some guidance or whatever advice, what would it be? If you're 18 again, what would you tell yourself?
It would be to not prioritize a goal or what I think would be the best life, because after 30 years of trying to achieve that supposed best life, that's not what's important.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Debbie.
Thank you. How did I just? Okay, did I do that?
I don't know.
Scott.
I just see Debbie.
I just see me too. Scott Reese. Reese is doing that. Oh my God, Reese.
There we go again.
Okay. All right. So now you're gonna make me fucking forget again. I swear to God. Okay. You're gonna do it, and I'm gonna blame you because I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
do the blaming game tonight. Apparently, I'm not gonna have any skills of communication. Okay. So.
My daughter just made me a drink. That's trying to kill me.
I love that. You know what? Let's just jump. I just completely lost it now, Scott Reese. Thank you. I
Sorry.
just did. I did it again. I've got like that much in my memory banks. I'm 52. Fun.
Asked me too so far. So what's
Okay.
your
Okay. Go ahead. Scott Plowman, you're up. No, Scott's frozen. You're falling apart here.
You know what? This is great. I'm going to tell you all what. We've got
Yo.
Yeah, I love you. Bobbie, this is how real it is. It's insane, right? It's
Okay.
spirituality gone wild. Dude, spirituality gone wild. So loved when I first seen her on Star Search. I think that's been 10 years. Thank you for following her for 10 years.
Thank you.
I'm going to play really quick and then we'll get back to the questions if that's okay. Can I?
Yeah.
Children?
Sure.
Woohoo! I want to play the Star Search because it's really very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, here it is. Here we go.
When we met, that's the day I knew
I can't hear
you were
shit.
my pet. I want to tell you how much I love you. Come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I want to tell you just how much I love you. Come with me to the sea.
Good job, Bobbie.
Okay, first of all, whose body was that? Where did that come? Wow.
It was someone you used to know.
I know. I told my daughter, I'm like, whose body is that? She's like, not mine. I'm like, not mine. Not anymore anyway. Shit.
I think it was like super duper. I think it was great.
Thank you.
Now, so, you've had a lot of people follow you these years and you've been an inspiration for a lot of women. We were talking about that. But how has that changed today? So now, I mean, besides you've written a book, how you're empowering people through your comedy, and I want to kind of get into your comedy and why you chose to start doing that.
I chose to start doing that. Well, first of all, I thought by doing comedy, I would not go dark. After my family left and moved to Minnesota, I thought, I need to do something. But I figured out that making other people laugh isn't a good way to come out of your darkness, right? But it was a good distraction. I only see myself right now, by the way. I don't see the rest of you. So.
Yep.
Yep. I spotlighted you.
That out later, but I also figured out that it was kind of easy for me. It was kind of fun and it was exciting and it was also really anxiety driven. But my comedy teacher, Jimmy Shin, who I love, told me that anxiety and excitement are triggered by the same nerve in the brain. So when just tell yourself that you're excited instead and change the negative into a positive. And that really helped, So, and that's what I'm down for. Like I don't want to feel anxious. So when he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. And I started doing that and it was easier.
Nice. Okay, go ahead, Scott Plowman.
All right. So ask some questions here. Okay, so if what brings you joy? What do you still enjoy doing on your spare time or whatever when you're free? What brings you joy to yourself to do?
Sorry. Spending time with my daughter, my friends, doing my podcast. I've moved across country to Louisiana to be with my family, and I've really enjoyed catching up on all the years that I've, like I said, been, prioritizing my career instead of like just spending quality time with my family. And it's been awesome. Like, it's great. And I really think that we should have our own reality show because we're three crazy women, me, my mom, and my daughter. We have a camaraderie that's so offbeat and real and just abrasive, aggressive, confrontational, vocal. Like we don't hold anything back, and it's almost hysterically embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like the shit we say to each other, it's comical. My stepdad just walks around going, "Oh my God," you know, like freaking out. And but I think it's great. I think we're all three like kids at heart still. You know, my mom, my daughter, myself, and we're very honest, brutally honest, to the point where we're like, should we have told each other that? You know, but it's funny. We laugh at each other, which is awesome. And to laugh with your family is great. For
Very
sure.
cool.
So it was like, for example, I'm not going to show you what she just did, but I told her.
Well, you probably get your humor from your family. You know, in the beginning, you know, that's where you get it from. So tell me a little about your
guy in the world. I'm not kidding. My brother's freaking hilarious. He's the funniest one, I think, of all of us, really.
Well, laughter's like, okay, because like laughter's like the best vibration you can get into.
Yeah.
Laughter is like how, so I mean, to go into comedy is kind of bitching, because then you're just, I love that, because you're helping other people to laugh, and that other people are like needing you to help them do that, to release that negative energy.
Yeah. It is a good feeling. I thought it would be more like, I thought I would get more out of it, kind of like, because I was feeling needy for like, to not feel in a dark kind of lonely place. Would you guys shut up? And I'm sorry. And that's okay. And but really, like I would do a good job, and everybody'd be like, "That was awesome," and I would leave, and I'd be like, "Okay." And then just all the preparation that goes into it. I mean, doing comedy is not easy. Oh, thank you so much, Kimberly. It's not easy. It really isn't. Like you devote a lot of time into, like, it's one thing. Nupa, sorry. They're just going fucking crazy. To try, like, people are like, "You're so funny. You're funny all the time." And I'm like, it's one thing to be funny, but to make people laugh is a whole nother thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Very true. Very true.
Yourself and be funny is like two totally different things. So, yeah. So, and then I tried a different way. First, I came up with like a set and like, a total set. And then I just started telling stories, which everybody was like, "That was cool." So I don't know. I think it's easier for me to just tell stories and be funny than to try and go in with like a set, like make a joke.
Yeah, because you know the story. You don't have to make the story up or think about it. You already know the story, so you don't have to. It's an act. You don't have to make an act out of it.
And my coach was like, "You haven't done comedy in like 3 months, and you just came up here and killed it. I don't know what you just did." And I was like, I just didn't come in with I didn't go in with a preset like thing, and I just went in there and just told some fucking crazy stories that just happened to me. Crazy shit happens to me all the time. It really does. And I'm like, why am I a magnet for this type of thing? But it's just, I don't know.
Actually, that's a great question.
That was the question I was gonna say.
Are we? That is a question.
I am truly a magnet for the like absurd, crazy. If there's like some crazy shit going on in the corner of the room, for some reason it will be drawn to me, and I will somehow be pulled into that energy for some reason. But I'm very open to shit. Like I'll be in the line at a grocery store, and the person next to me will start to tell me their life story, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay," because I don't judge. I'm not closed off. I just feel like I'm just very open to everybody and whatever they have to tell me, and I mean, honestly, I don't judge anybody. I get judged a lot, but I don't. I do care and I don't care, right? I don't really care, but I also have a tendency not to respond. People are like, just let it roll off your back. I'm like, I can't really. I have to say something because I feel like I need to plant a seed. Like you don't have the right to attack me. You don't know me. You hate me for what reason? It's your own problem. I feel like people who are horrible to other people only shows their own misery. Honestly, I would never go to somebody's page or a stranger and just talk shit to them about something they know nothing about. I would never do that. I respect people too much, and I don't know what shoes they've walked in their lives. I don't judge people, and I just feel like anybody that has the audacity, and there's a lot of people behind keyboards with that audacity, to just talk shit to you. It's like, what are you, in fucking elementary school? Like, you don't bully me. Fuck you. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. So I will always say something, and people are like, wish you wouldn't do that. I'm like, well, okay. I get why you think that, but I'm going to say, and then I'll let
Thanks for that advice.
go back.
Well, see, that's the cool part is we get to do it the way that we want to do it. And if we could all just release our need to be fucking right or wrong and allow people to just be who they are without trying to change who they are. So I love that you're able to, you're just going to handle it the way that you see fit. And that's just the way to handle it, because judgments do come and like,
Yeah.
So, there's this book by a guy named Don Miguel Ruiz, and it's called The Four Agreements. And the second one's called It's Not Personal.
Right.
Right, dude? I mean, we know that that's like, that shit right there is where it's at. It's not personal. So when these people are throwing this shit, it's like, can you only imagine how fucked up their life must be that they need to go online and be complete dickheads?
Yeah. I mean, I write about it in the second book that I had these two bullies that every single day would contact me personally, by email, like look me up on like private websites, send me letters, text me and messages, and just try to shit on me in every way. And finally, one of the girls reached out to me and was like, I'm really sorry. Me and my friends, apparently they were in high school. And I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
Wow,
I wonder, okay, well, and then I wrote this long thing and I went, you know what you did was wrong. And to bully people like that and to attack people that you don't know personally for whatever you've seen on TV. If you believe on TV, then you're nuts. But like, it's not good. And this is affecting you and all the people that you bully and hate on. And you should be doing something with your lives. Like who has that much time to impose that much hate on someone they don't know? Like really the time that you've spent trying to make me feel bad about myself, which first of all, I have to first, respect your opinion for it to land on me. I don't know you. Like, why the fuck would I be affected by what you're saying to me right now? And I will answer you, like I said, 1 or 2 times, but after that, you need to give up because it's not going to work. And clearly, I'm not doing anything but living my life, and it's affecting you somehow. So you're more affected by my life than I even care about what you think. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe I'm doing something right. I don't know. In a way, I'm trying. And
I think all of it's right, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Scott.
So I just
No. Go ahead.
I just told them, I was like, just spend your life on yourself. Focus on you. Be positive. Stop trying to bring people down. Only shows how miserable you are as a person. And this is ridiculousness. Like stop being. Kids are cruel, man. That's all. Yeah. Just took me back to like being in school. Like fucking kids are mean. Why? Why are they so mean?
Well, it's a taught behavior. I mean, this is why I love what I do, because it's all about being more compassionate, really shifting our perspectives into how can we make the change and the difference. Kids, this is like, so there's some big movements about bullying right now because that shit's real. Yeah. They're getting this shit from their parents and they're getting, whatever this handed down to them. They're going to school and they're taking out their anger, their frustration, all of it on the ones that they deem as weaker because of the bullshit they've been taught in an ego-based system that is about, hierarchy and judgment and cruel. It's just so many, the competition. I mean, dude, how much shit you were in pageants. Competition is something that huge for you.
I mean,
huge for you. Yeah.
And then won, and all the girls who'd been in the pageant every year from 5 to 18 were so mad. And I was like, I didn't even get it. I was like, what's up with the girls in the permagram? Like, hi. And I was like, that's so weird. I didn't expect to win, but I feel like my answers were honest and real and weren't like premeditated, like, okay, this is what you need to say, like, I want to make the world a better place and feed the children, and they asked me something, I answered it, and was like, okay. And I think that maybe in that one moment the crowd went, wow, she's relatable, like I like her, and that was it, and that's just, I don't think I could fake being anything because I don't care enough about what other people think about me on the exterior. Like, I'm not trying to impress anyone by myself with being myself or anything I say or trying to get a leg up. I'm not trying to throw anybody under a bus or climb the ladder in any way, casting couch. They kicked me out right away anytime that shit ever happened because it was so humiliating to the guy. I never wanted the part that bad. You know what I mean? And that's obvious because I could have had this career, this amazing career, and I didn't. You know, I was telling my friend the other day, she was like, Star Search, man, you won like 13 times in a row, and then you lost the final show. I go, yeah, right? I go, it's who you know or who you fuck, and I didn't know anybody, and I certainly wasn't gonna fuck anyone. So.
Oh wow, that's so the rumors are true about most of the casting couches and all that.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, women, I hope you hear this, and I hope you're hearing this well. You don't need to sell your body, and you don't need to give into shit. You just have to be yourself and show up in this world authentically.
And be ambitious.
I'm loving that.
I mean, if you're ambitious, like I was confused about what I wanted, and I didn't know what the fuck this Hollywood world was about. And there was a lot of shit that I took that I was still a very humbled and a Southern girl, and I was not ambitious like that, right? Like I didn't want to be like, I want to be famous. That was never my goal. So that being said, it never became that way. And in the way that, I was never a superstar, and I didn't take advantage of all these great opportunities. I pretty much self-sabotaged most because of how scary it was. I was alone in this town where everybody wanted what you had, and, would throw their own mom under a bus just to get ahead. And I just was not that person. I was always affected and hurt by the people that would take advantage of me. And even still, up to last year, I mean, I'm always helping people, giving them opportunities, paying it forward. And it blows my mind when I come to realize that the people that I loved and trusted and helped were really just using me, and I still get used because I will never be able to change who I am, really. And I am just a generous person, and I always have been. And I get hurt by it, but now it takes a lot less time for me to move on from that pain and realize, okay, fuck you, cutting my losses, that's it. I still get sensitive about it, but I don't hold on to it and try to make it work and let's try this again so you can use me one more time. Like, I don't do that anymore. So each time becomes less and less that you take shit, I guess, from people.
Oh, yeah.
And
You
realize,
have to.
like, this person's using me. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. I'm getting nothing out of this, and they're just taking. And then they talk shit about you after they get everything they wanted, and you're like, well, fuck that. So now I'm just like, okay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Once they've used you up, they don't need you anymore, so they cast you to the side, and man.
Now, so you're welcome, and to move on, because you know what? I did my part. And I was genuine and sincere in that part, and you were being the shady one, and that's on you. So, oh well.
All right, so you won Miss Louisiana Teen in 1987.
Yeah.
And then how did you end up in Hollywood? How did you make the trek?
So when I was in the Miss Teen USA pageant, they were like, I was number 2. I ended up winning the second runner-up or whatever. And my question in the top 5 was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a model. And then I got a bunch of calls from Hollywood after that. And we flew out there. I signed with an agency. And when I graduated high school, I moved to Hollywood.
Wow. All right.
That is very cool, man. Okay, so I mean, you're strutting down freaking a Sunset like a badass, and I mean, yes, it is live, guys. And you're strutting. I mean, seriously, like, so back in the day, all of us wanted to be you. Every freaking chick I knew wanted to be Bobbie Brown, and I mean, you were the female version of the teen. Remember when like Sean Cassidy was a big deal? Oh, I don't know, actually. That, but Leif Garrett was like this big fucking thing,
That's dating you. That's dating you there, Debbie. Leif Garrett.
And what?
Me too. I know who he is.
Dude, wait, are you older than me or not, dude? You're okay, you're older than me. She's younger. She's the baby.
I'm gonna be 51 this year.
Okay, I'm 52, so you're a baby. And I love that.
I will be 57 in like 5-6 days.
Ding ding, you win. Okay, so hey, you guys, the audience is like, let's just real quick. Gary, you're cool. Love a sacrifice. That's why it
is rare. That's why friends are so few. And when you're real, you weed those out. Sometimes you find yourself alone. Agreed, Gary.
Very true.
Agreed.
Yes. And being a celebrity makes you a target, and people get jealous, especially when you're real. On point.
I don't really consider myself a celebrity. So, but thank you for thinking that. Thank you, Lynn. That's
Awesome.
comedy is an escape, like music is to musicians. Agreed. I think you're right.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Like X-Lives of Rock, never a dull moment. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks,
Very
Kimberly.
cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Debbie.
Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay.
What?
So you've been now. Here's the cool part: is that we were talking about the fact you've been single now for a while, and I love this. By the way, if anybody really wants to get more inside scoops on everything that Bobbie's been talking about, all you have to do is go buy her book, Cherry on Top. Okay, the link.
First, and then Cherry on Top, because it's a continuation of the first book.
That's true. That's true. So we'll put them both up for you guys. Okay. All right. And everybody's just like, they're going nuts here in the chat. You guys rock, man.
Wanted to come for her, but I've always looked up to Bobbie. Oh, that's so sweet, Ashley.
Aw.
That's so sweet.
You guys are just, everybody, look at this. I mean, Bobbie, you make a difference in this world. And this is what I just love this.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll come back to you all in just a minute, okay? Let's talk about why you've chosen to stay single. The Bobbie Brown, who has literally dated every freaking badass. The people you've dated, it's just like, fuck, really?
Well,
That's good or bad? You know, you can kind of.
both.
Oh, good. Like, well, I didn't say they're all good, but
Yeah, they weren't all great, but there were some great moments for sure. Like this little turd in here.
let's talk about that little
yeah,
cutie pie.
In the corner. I was like, what? Okay.
And who is that cutie pie in the corner?
Jani Lane. She's my daughter that I have with Jani Lane.
And she is absolutely stunning, you guys. I'm serious.
She's beautiful.
Oh my god.
She's camera's guy now.
You guys made
She's in the corner going. The grossest face ever. Like she's hilarious. She cracks me up. If y'all listen to my podcast, which is still named BobbieandSherie'sPodcast.com, Taylor has been my new co-host for the last 4 episodes, and we're hilarious together. She has my sense of humor, thank God, because when she was a little girl, she used to get scared. Like, like, what? But
No, like so much funnier than Shirts.
she's like, Taylor just goes, I'm just so much funnier than Charisse. But she's pretty funny.
Okay, there you go.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
I have a question for you, Bobbie.
Okay, what?
Have you watched the movie The Dirt, and what do you think about it?
So back to going to the podcast, Charisse and I have our first 2 episodes called The Real Dirt and The Real Dirt Part 2.
no shit.
Shit, and it's awesome. It's fucking
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking great. You'll be like, oh my God, this is brilliant. Like, we can have our
Okay.
documentary called The Real Dirt.
Nice. Okay, so
I'm writing it down
I
right
was
now.
just gonna say it's going down too.
Podcast.com, listen to the first 2 episodes and shit your pants. Or shit the couch, either one.
Well,
whatever.
whatever.
So what did you think of the actual movie? What did you think? It was realistic, or what did you think?
That, okay, well, you have to listen to the podcast for sure, because you'll get the real of what we think about it. I think that the actors did a great job. The actors were brilliant at emulating the characters to a T, really, really well. The timeline and a lot of the information was either omitted or rearranged. And Charisse and I talked about a lot of what we thought about a lot of things in the movie. A lot of disparaging shit, like they didn't even consult her about putting the death of her own daughter in the movie, and that was hard to watch for me and especially for her. And they didn't even consult her on that. And to watch, reenact that very personal life tragedy for a mom.
I
To
can't.
watch the movie to
No.
that the people that were watching the movie as a ploy to make you feel empathetic towards the band members who are previously shown pretty douchey, honestly. That was a very premeditated way of putting in like, oh, these guys are sympathetic and whatever. And the reality is, and you'll hear it in our podcast, that Sharice goes, not one of them came to her funeral or sent flowers. And in the end of the movie, you see like, we just love you guys. We love you, bro.
Right.
We just both go, that never happened, because literally they didn't even make up until 2 years ago, So that was just whatever. But there was a lot. I thought the movie was good in the way that it was authentic about that time and how they were and how they acted and such. But there were other things that I was like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, and, the wives, she was the only wife portrayed in the movie, and they had to add that scene. None of the other wives were mentioned. None of the girlfriends. Like, I was with Tommy when they had John Corabi. I was omitted. Not that I even cared to be in the fucking movie, honestly. But there was just a lot that was like very meditated about how they wanted to present themselves and whatnot. But I mean, hey, it was a good movie. It was entertaining. It was true to that time, because that time everybody was like, the strip was so fucking
out there.
Yeah.
The cat house. I mean, my God.
I mean, honestly, they were really like that. And just if you ever wanted to watch a movie about what it's really like to be a fucking rock band, excluding the sympathetic parts about when, they're all sad, we love you, bro, because that's funny. I think they got back with Vince just because, it wasn't the same band and they wanted to continue.
Yeah, they weren't making any money.
I still don't think they love Vince, honestly. And if I'm just being real. But Nikki and Tommy didn't be together until he married his last wife, Brittany, who I happen to love. I think she's hilarious and really great and funny, and I like her a lot. I even messaged her. I'm like, I want to be on your podcast, and she was like, yeah. And then I said to Sharice, oh, Tommy will never let that happen. And then she was like, yeah, it didn't happen. But I can't see him trying to be like, yeah, have her on the fucking show. But still, I'm pro chicks. I'm pro girls. I'm pro anybody who's authentic and funny. And she seems awesome. I like her a lot.
I'm digging that.
Yeah, I like her. And
I mean, let's be real. I'm sorry if I just have to. Okay, an observation.
Yeah.
She's with Tommy Lee, whose dick got sucked by freaking Pamela Anderson in the middle. I mean, the video went everywhere. I don't think seriously. I wouldn't want to be anyone in their shoes because of the kind of reputation that poor guy has gotten for himself, which has been pretty obnoxious, quite frankly. Though the video, I gotta admit, the video with him and what's her face were actually not. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean,
I can honestly say I never saw that video. I never saw it, thank God.
Older, and he's probably older now, and he's probably not even close to the same guy he used to be. Honestly, people can change if they try. I can't say personally because I haven't seen or really talked to him in a long time. But with age, I've changed. I've mellowed out. I've chilled out on a lot of shit. I'm not as uppity or emotional or concerned about a lot of things. Oh, thank you, Ashley. And
I agree? Can we all agree with Ashley right now? Seriously? Yeah,
yes.
he blew that one. So sorry.
No, she did.
Which yeah.
Okay. So we have a little video that you did called The Pool Boy.
Oh, okay.
Tell us a little about that, and or you want to play it? You want to play it first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's play it first.
Okay.
You got it?
My name is Dylan Williams. I am 22 years old, and I am a pool boy. I do everything from cleaning to filter and drain installation to overall general maintenance. It's tough work, being on your feet in the hot sun all day, but it's not the physical labor that I hate about this job. It's these MILFs. The women who are at home while their husbands are at work. As a young man running his own business, all I want to do is show up, do my work to the best of my ability, and go home. It always starts simple, too.
You don't mind if I, catch a little sun while you're here working, do you?
It's her backyard. I can't tell her not to be in her own home.
Don't mind me.
Next thing you know,
Would you be a sport and get my back? I can't seem to reach. Oh, can you go harder?
they're inviting their friends over to objectify me.
Hi, Dylan. Oh my God, you're working so hard. Thank you for having me over.
In come the sexual innuendo.
Why don't you come spray those chemicals over here, buddy?
I can't spray my chemicals over there, okay? If any further oxidation of the stabilized chloride gets on this concrete, your husband's pool is going to be damaged even further. Please.
Dylan, what a long pull you have. These women are ruthless. I was doing an apartment last week when a woman starts sneaking photos of me. Hey, Dylan.
Those jeans look like they're cutting off your circulation.
Why don't you get into something more comfortable? You hear about sexual harassment, but you never think it's gonna happen to you.
Oh, I like this much better.
They have the power, and they know it.
Dylan, you look so hot. You've been working so hard. I really think you should take your shirt off.
No, I can't take my shirt off, ladies, okay? If any of this cyanuric acid gets on my skin, it is a quick trip to the ER, please.
One time I'm cleaning Mrs. Brown's pool, and she says, why don't you? Sorry.
Why don't you come over here and get some hydration?
You have Gatorade?
I'm thinking, great, finally they're treating me like a human? Sorry.
Light blues. Fine. No, what's going on? No, okay, come on, absolutely not. I have 3 more houses to hit today.
They tried having a threesome MILF orgy by the pool.
Okay, the amount of disrespect is unbelievable. Hire someone new because I quit.
At the end of the day, I am a human being with feelings. I am not an object for MILFs to fuck around with. I'm Dylan Williams, and this is my story.
Are you freaking serious right now?
I just want you to know that is every man's fantasy. That's a weird guy right there. Just throwing it out there.
Actually, one of the top YouTubers. He's an amazing comedian. I met him backstage at the comedy club. What is it called? The comedy? No, I can't even think. The Laugh Factory? No, the comedy. What is the main comedy club on Hollywood Boulevard? I can't even think of it right now. The Comedy Store. Hello, I drink a little strong. I'm sorry. Taylor, like the Comedy Store. I'm like, yeah. She goes, I don't even live there. Okay, I know. Thank you. You made the drink really strong. I'm sorry. I know. Okay. So so I met him backstage. He's hilarious. He just graduated college and he has his own YouTube channel and he's got like millions of followers. I met him backstage and he messaged me. He's like, I have this whole MILF series. Would you do it? And I was like, yeah, why not? Right. So I did The Pool Boy, The Pizza Boy, and A MILF Love Story, which is a mini movie. And he's great. Like, he's going to be huge. Him and his partner are going to be so huge one day. They're going to be producing and having their own show on Netflix. I don't doubt that. 100%.
Oh my God, that is just awesome.
Yeah,
they're seriously awesome.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Debbie. What you got?
What I got. Thank you, Kevin.
What a way to go, huh?
The chicks, the pool boy,
the MILF thing. Yeah, this guy is one of the best.
That was hilarious.
They were dying, right?
Yeah, he's so great. I just look at that video and go, huh? Yeah, right. I look at that video and go, wow, I've really gained a lot of weight since 4 months ago.
I'd voluntarily do that. I would voluntarily clean your pool. You know how it goes.
Oh my God, thank you. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm
really
just kidding.
Life, like I don't know if MILFs are really doing that, but it's funny.
Well, you know what? I imagine they probably. I mean, they've been making videos. Wait. You guys remember The Graduate? Was it The Graduate where he was like?
Yeah, a MILF Love is that pretty much that whole story,
right?
And, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, how sweet! She's aged like fine wine.
Thank you.
Aww.
That's sweet.
I gotta agree. I mean, she's so.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, tell us about your book. Tell us about your new book, the second part of the story.
Hey,
I'm back.
The second book is it picks up where the first book leaves off, and is a continuation up to my life last year. So when I started doing comedy, it's a lot shorter than the first book because we had 4 months to write it, but it leaves you kind of like right before I found out that, you know, the one roommate was a sociopath and they'd been stalking me for 4 years, and I had to get a restraining order. That happened after I released the book. But and the other one ended up being, you know, another user friend type of person, and was a real disappointment. And my dog who got pregnant ended up losing her puppies and was traumatic, and this stalker ended up getting in my bank account in the middle of her surgery, and I found out I had $24 in my account. It was a fucking meltdown. But I didn't get any more roommates, got my own place, and then was there for like 2 months, and then the pandemic hit. And I was like, what in the actual fuck is happening right now? Like, this has been a crazy year. I thought I'd been through some shit, but this tops it. Like, living with somebody who's actually like, what is that roommate movie? What was it? Remember the roommate movie? What's it called? Remember?
Roommate. Bad roommate?
No, you remember the one who was like emulated the roommate and tried to kill her and all this shit? What was it called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. It's like part 2 of that movie. I can't hear you. Tell him to unmute himself.
Go ahead,
there we
Scott.
go. You hear me now? I think it was Bridget Fonda, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bridget Fonda?
What is that movie?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember it though, but yeah, the bad roommate syndrome.
Yeah, it was, oh my God, it was like part 2. And I was like, I've never actually dealt in life one-on-one with a sociopath narcissist. Like,
Single white female.
Single white female. Thank you, Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Got blue contacts, you know, got into my, like, you know, I opened up to her, felt for her, all this shit, and then she fucking flipped on me and went absolutely crazy. Physically assaulted me. My dog got pregnant. She stole my, you know, got into my bank account. Like, it was fucking insane. And she would accuse me of shit, like the most absurd shit you've ever heard in your life. You're like, who even thinks like that? Like, what the fuck am I dealing with? I had PTSD for like a year. I'm not kidding. It was so traumatic, and I couldn't even believe it. You don't even imagine that these people really exist in real life, but they do. And I was like, why is this happening? And then I think she put like a spell on me. I shit you not. When I got her out of the house, this black cat would show up that had its tail fur missing, and it was just the bone. And I would open the front door, and it would go shh every night. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, and I took sage, you know, like you sage your house, whatever. And normally you light it, and it just kind of burns like the smoke, right? And it goes out kind of right away. I'm not kidding you. It was like a smokestack. I go downstairs, and it was like somebody walked up to me and relit it, and it was like a bonfire. And I was like, oh, that can't be good. What? Well, that can't be good. I was like, what the fuck? It went through the whole sage, a sage this big, and I was like, wow, this is so crazy.
Okay.
Then I was bit by a brown recluse. Then my car blew up. I was like, this bitch got some fucking witchery on me. I shit.
Got a mojo on you.
Let's put her in let's just put her in the freezer.
Yeah.
You want me to I'll tell you how to put her in the freezer. You know what I do with people? No, I'm really serious. You okay, so you get a piece of paper. I swear to God.
You write it and put it in
write it,
freeze it.
And you freeze it. Yes.
Yeah.
Put her ass in the freezer.
Dude, I know. I did that shit.
Yes.
Woo! Like, what the fuck? I never even
power, man. And it stops, right?
It does. It did. I also repainted the whole house first because I was just like, get her shit out of here, man. I went through 3 sages like that. And I was like, this is weird. This is some weird shit. And this cat that I started feeding still hisses at me, but comes to my door every night. It was so weird. And then just like, they don't even have brown recluses in California. And just, it was just one thing after the next. And I'm not an unlucky person. I'm just never have been. I've been a very lucky person and a very grateful person. And for one shitty thing to happen after the next, my dog lost both of her puppies. I almost lost her. I mean, traumatizing thing. And I was like, and she was sending messages like, I had to kill my dog because you broke his dick. Like, what the fuck are you saying? No, she didn't really kill her dog, but she was trying to make me feel still responsible after she was out of the house. Like, and she would send those messages to my roommate at the time. And I was like, don't fucking tell me anything anymore because she's crazy. And I don't want to know. I'm still dealing with my own like PTSD from all of the shit I just went through. She'd be like, you stole $400 from me. I'm like, what are you even saying? Like,
Gosh.
I don't have.
Yeah, that's toxic. That's
Well,
just,
you know where gaslighting. You know where gaslighting came from.
Yes.
Gaslighting, yeah, from that dude back in the 1800s with his wife, where he would turn the gas lamps down. So where gaslighting's fucking, it's real.
Yeah,
And he would tell her that, he would turn down the lamps. Just a quick explanation, and she would say, "Oh my God, it's so dim in here," and he'd go, "No, it's just you. It's just you." And everything is, it's all your imagination. And guys are really great with pulling that shit when they're cheating on you too. Oh no, it's just, gaslighting you, and that's where the narcissism comes in. But yeah, and the great opportunity for in this whole experience is that to see what it shows you about yourself that's really the strength there. Because see, that's what we pull up out of ourselves when we go through this much shit. Without your dark, you wouldn't know your spark, man.
She would yell the most obscene things about me through my door at night that I had to turn my volume up on my TV just not to hear her. She didn't give a fuck about my neighbors. She would and she would follow me through the house and just say the most horrible things to me about me that I've never heard anyone say and that weren't true. But still, it's like, you have to live with this every day. It's like constant. And I just finally went, you know what? Enough is enough. And I went to the courthouse and I sat there until they granted me a fucking restraining order, immediate. I sat there until 5 p.m. I was there at 8 o'clock when they opened until they granted me. I waited till the judge saw my paperwork and granted me the restraining order because I was like, I was a mess. Like, it does affect you. It does get to you. And she'll probably be watching this because she still stalks me to this day. Yeah, and she'll continue to watch this. Like, honestly, it is traumatizing and it's horrible. And I was wonderful to her, and I'm wonderful to everybody that comes in my life. All I want to do is help them. And to hear somebody go, "You're a bully, you're horrible," I'm like, I just need the rent. Like, like, how am I bullying you when I'm asking you for the rent? It's like 2 weeks later and you're still here and I'm just asking you a question. And it was just, I've never dealt with anything like that in my entire life. And it really does affect you. And that's what they get off on, which is unfortunate. Like, they get energized and they get their power from manipulating people and finding out their weaknesses and using it against them later in ways that are so fucked up and mind controlling. And I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, what? I didn't even, it went on for 3 months and I went to the courthouse and I was like, fuck this shit, man. And then the whole thing happened with my dog and her puppies and then all the crazy things afterwards. I was like, wow, I'm getting out of this house. I am moving. After trying to, clean it and whatever, like, I was like, no, I'm just moving. That's it. I'm out of here. And then and I moved here. So,
you're there now. Awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I just got to get, back on track, back motivated, back to, I have great ideas though. My reality show ideas are great. I'm hoping that Netflix picks up the Dirty Rocker Boy series, and I'm going to continue doing comedy when, it's safe, I feel like. I have a comedy friend, Kate Quigley, who is awesome. She's hilarious. And I want to try and get us like a Southern tour and down here in Louisiana. And I'm going to be moved into my place tomorrow, finally, with internet and everything else. And it's been great being with my daughter and my family. And I'm just happier. I'm not like constantly grinding on a hustle in California, trying to make ends meet, living hand to mouth in a 500 square foot, apartment for $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm going to be 51. It's time for me to do other shit. I want to open a talent agency here.
Wow,
and
I think that would be a bitchin'. Well, so whenever I've been through a whole ton, and I've been through a ton, you've been through a ton. When I came out the other side, I noticed that, so things just slow down. They just slow down, and it's like, because all those things that I went through, I had to learn how to respond to them differently.
Yeah.
You know, because they just didn't mean the same thing anymore. You
I-
know.
Okay. Yeah.
You
I
look,
know.
no, dude, you look seriously like you look really beautiful. You really do. Actually, I think you look prettier now. All right, audience, what do you say? She looks prettier now
I
than
don't
even
know
with,
if
she
I-
looks gorgeous with her makeup, but doesn't she look amazing?
Yes, she does.
I'm just hot. I had to take them off. Yeah.
Yes, we do know that already. The whole, and this audience is already, let's say hi really quick, guys.
Thank you, Leslie. Hi.
There you go.
I would love to. People are always asking me to bring my comedy to their towns. I would love to do that, but it's just, you know, right now, I mean, what can we do?
Here you go.
Yeah, we're kind of locked up right now. We're a little locked down.
Okay, so I'm loving that. We already showed that one. The reality show would be awesome.
Name my reality show Southern Fried.
No
What would they
shit.
add?
Wait. You were.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
That. What would that be about?
Southern Fried.
You better do it. Me and my family, me moving down here, and my daughter and my mom and myself, and all the shit that we've already experienced, which is fucking hilarious. Like, I have the most control freak mom who's a stage mother who has to micromanage everything and has to control everything, right? And then she's married to this surgeon who is so, what is he's just so like, he can't hear, he'll ask you a question and then leave the room when you answer. And he'll be like, so you've gained like 20 pounds or more, right, babe? And you're like, thanks for noticing. Great, thank you. He's so, you know how doctors are when they're so like unsympathetic to like people who are sick or whatever. Like my mom just had surgery. He comes in, he lifts her eyelid, like peels it back, pours eye drops, does the other one. She's out, does the other one. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she's all, I can't see. There's something in my eyes. I'm like, yeah, because Mr. Bill just pulled your head back and dropped 2 bottles of eye drops in your eyes without even warning. You know, he's you know, he's a doctor. So he just does that, like without thinking. I don't know. They're very funny. And so my daughter and I made up our own cards of humanity. What is it called? Cards of humanitation?
Cards of Humanity.
Okay.
Cards of Humanity.
They're our own cards, right? And she has the same sixth sense of humor that I do. So we made them play for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like the card leader, and I would act out the cards like, oh, shit, what would you do? Like, blah, blah, blah. And then they would have to read our cards, which was like, pubic hair like taco meat, you know? And my mom would have to read that, or my stepdad. And my stepdad would just look at me like in awe. Like, I would be like, you're fucking up my acting gig. Let's do this again. I would do it again. He just looks at us like we're fucking crazy. And it's hilarious. It's like one hilarious thing that happens after the next. And my daughter and I will get together and talk about all the funny shit that my mom, my stepdad said, or that they say to me, or just, we have a really nutty family, and we have a really funny sense of humor, and we find the funny in a lot of stuff. So we make fun of each other, and I'll be like, Mom, don't fucking touch that mirror again. She's like, I'm touching it. I'm going to come over there and hammer you in the eye right now. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, and he'll be like, okay, baby, I'm going upstairs. Like, it's just, we're very who we are all the time. And we don't.
That's how you have to be.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny. Stop. Sorry, it's my. Sorry.
Okay, I want to play. Which one should we play? Even though I wanted to. Wait, you were really on with Steel Panther?
Yeah.
Those guys are. I love them. I swear to you.
Awesome.
They're awesome. I love Steel Panther.
And I'm on the cover of their latest album as the mom to the one with the long blonde hair. I forget his stage name, but
Lexi.
Yes, I'm Lexi.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That was my first mom gig. Yeah.
How did that feel?
Again,
to be the first mom gig.
Yes, but it was they're amazing. I love them, and they're so fun and funny, and they're very authentic.
They're very real.
Yeah, you meet them in person, then they take their wigs off. They're just fucking cool people. I mean, honestly, I love them to death. They're the coolest.
I imagine that they are.
Yeah, they are. And I'm like, do you guys have groupies? They're like, yeah. I'm like, really? No way.
Oh, yeah.
They're like the #1 comedy album like 2 years ago in the world. Isn't
But
that?
they're great musicians. They're really good musicians.
They're
Really good.
they're great.
Saxo
Yeah.
I love them. They're so nice.
I do
They're
too.
very kind to me.
I got to see what this audience. Were you in Great White?
I was. And a Hurricane video, yes.
Oh,
Album cover. I was
You
in two.
couldn't download it. They're too big to put on the on.
Ah, damn. What's this one? Hurricane.
Hurricane, I'm On to You. That was the first rock video I ever did.
Oh, no kidding. Let's
Mhm.
just let's rip that for a second.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to play it on two strings. All right. That's a lot. Yeah, it was like going on there for a bit.
Now that was the singer for Foreigner, right? That was that is the Hurricane, the singer for Florida.
Now, currently,
Yeah.
Kelly. What's his name? Kelly something. But he's
Yeah.
great. I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool. They were awesome. That was my first job in LA ever.
Really?
Yeah, I booked
Awesome.
that the first week I was there.
And then you went into Great White. You did a Great White video, and you also did.
And then I did ×2, like a pop duo. Cecilia. It was a cover of a Bob Dylan song, I think. I played like a go-go girl, and then I did Great White, and I did their album cover. I did 2 videos, and then I did Star Search and a Terrence Trent D'Arby video, and then I was the girl in that one video. And then I did Terrence Trent D'Arby. Then I did Warrant, and then I didn't do any more videos after that. until the Steel Panther videos. I was in 2 of those. And
She's tight, right? She's
and then I
tight.
became Lexi's mom in the movie. And then that was it for rock videos.
Awesome.
I'm loving it. So everybody, if you love this interview, you've heard a lot of really cool stories about Bobbie's life, but you need to go buy the books.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Can you put those links up again?
Put the links up.
I'm
Yeah.
currently listening to Cherry on Top, which it's got some really cool stuff in it. You guys got to check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
most
think
definitely.
the audiobooks are better, but I mean, still, you get a sense of my personality. I tried to write the books like I was having a conversation with a friend, which I kind of was, because my ghostwriter is a really good friend of mine, and she gets me. So we would just sit there, and she would ask me questions, and I would tell stories, and she's amazing. And Caroline Ryder, and that's how we do our books, and it's a great process. I love doing the audio versions because I really feel everything that I say. And it's really weird having to read the stuff that I say in that moment, but to read it like I'm reading a book and trying to express how I feel at the same time, because it's personal to me. I get emotional, and you hear that, and I think that you really get a sense of who I am when you hear me read it, because I do get affected by my own stories still. I would listen to audio after. I would cry. I would laugh. I would. I just feel like, because I'm just being honest, and I still feel those things, And I think that a person can really get a sense of the books by hearing me read them to them. I'm telling you a nighttime bedtime story. Maybe your children shouldn't hear, but maybe.
No, I would definitely, if it's your book, I would definitely rather hear you read it.
Yeah.
That makes it authentic, and you're really, like you said, feeling every damn word of that story. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I do, most definitely. And a lot of people don't read their own books, but I really made it a point to wanting to read them, because I felt like nobody else can tell my story better than I can. So.
Yes. Absolutely. I got to agree, because I'm loving it so far. So everybody, please go and buy those books, and also visit Bobbie Brown, BobbieJeanBrown.net, and see what Bobbie's going to be doing here. She's going to be I already know, we're going to set the intention right here, right now, that her show gets picked up by Netflix. Everybody, let's join in that together, because we're 2 or more together, guys. Let's rock her world with this. And tomorrow, you guys, check out Spirituality Gone Wild. We've got a huge lineup. World Unity Week is still happening, and it's still flowing. And if you missed yesterday, there was Deepak Chopra was on, and actually, there was such a huge amount of people that on. I'm not even going to try to go through all of it, but worldunityweek.net, worldunityweek.net, or no, shit. I'm looking at the book. I just fucked it up. Oh, I screwed it up. Oh my God. This is the thing about live. You can just screw it up, and you just do. So worldunityweek.org.
You want me to look it up for you?
Peace, man. All right. I love you all.
Thank you, Bobbie Brown, for coming on the Plowzone Gone Wild.